grunty laugh in there. You had it right the first time. Heck yeah, Gerry. Ba-da-doop-boop. I really love this guy's personality. He's happy. I was like, what do you think of mediumship? He goes, honestly, I never thought much of it, but it's pretty cool. He's not really judgy. He's very go with the flow. He looks very blue collar. He looks like he always wears layers. Maybe I'm seeing him having a jacket on. I don't know if that's symbolic. It just looks like a regular, like, pullover, Carhartt, blue collar man's jacket. He also gave me a sign symbol that he's like a father figure. Hold on. You've got this lady on the other side. Apparently she's your fucking grandma because she decided to just write that down for me, and she declined medical, and then had a hard time walking at the end of her life, and then underlying medical conditions what got her. My bad, but grandma's coming in hot. Okay, Gerry. Focus, Gerry. Damn it, focus. Okay, cool. So, how'd you pass, Gerry? Fantastic. So he had a hard time breathing toward the end of his life. I really like his personality. I think he's a naturally high energy and misunderstood. I cannot tell his age, but I just don't think he gets older energetically. He's got a good vibe every time I channel him. Okay, maybe we have a shirt in honor of his memory, or he gives me a feeling that maybe even we get a tattoo in honor of his memory. Maybe we have an inability to communicate, a restriction of air of some sort. Oh, he goes, and when I went down, I went all the way down, and then he gives me suddenly, unexpectedly, and then he gives me a sign and symbol for tragically, but then he tells me the word it was really lights out when it happened. That's what he says to me. He's like, it just went, like you're doing something and then you just collapse. That's what it feels like. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm trying to ask him, was the situation underlying? Do you take partial responsibility? And I'm just in this closet organizing stuff, and then I kind of collapse in my brain. I don't think I see it coming. It feels more like I'm busy on something today. I feel like I'm more occupied, and then doesn't really feel intentional. Okay, so, you said that you have a pillow made with his shirts, and you're actually getting a tattoo in honor of his memory. I love this. Who is this to you? I would love to know who it is to you. I have an analogy in my brain. Surrounded by a room with wood. I don't see pinned comments on this program. You're right. Okay, he was up smoking a cigarette on his bed, but I found him on the floor, so it was instant. And I was like, tell me how you passed. Sounds good. He had a hard time breathing. And I was like, he seems upstairs, I'm surrounded by wood. I don't expect it. I feel like I'm in a closet or something, and then all of a sudden I collapse out of nowhere. This man is in his bedroom, smoking a cigarette in his bedroom. He's smoking a cigarette, and then he drops. Found him on the floor, so it was instant. That's what he makes me feel like. I'm up in an attic, is what I said. I just feel like I'm in a closet. I feel like I'm surrounded by, wood. Okay, this dude's up in his bedroom, smoking a cigarette, and then he's like, I'm just doing my own thing. I really didn't expect it. And then it was suddenly, tragically, and he said lights out. And he was upstairs in his bedroom smoking a cigarette, and then it was just lights out, collapse. He described it perfectly. That's exactly what happened. And I was like, how'd you end up passing? He starts making me cough, and then he was communicating a little more, and I'm like, yeah, there's just something about not being able to communicate. Yeah, he was smoking a cigarette. That's what I was feeling. Awesome. And then who is this old lady over here who claims to be your grandma, but I'm not going to believe her till you tell me it's true. Now, one more thing. She had said she made a pillow out of her dad's shirt. Is this your dad? I'm winging it here. I'm assuming it's your dad. It's kind of weird if it's not your dad at this point. At this point, if it's not your dad, that's kind of on you. That's how I feel about it. Okay, great. And so you have made a pillow out of his shirts, and I wrote tattoo right here, because you are getting a tattoo in honor of his memory. So while you're getting that, he'll be with you. journal. Talk to him more. You look just like, it has to be, okay, I was gonna say, you look just like this man. It has to be your dad. Well, good. I'm glad it's your father, because if I was wrong, I'd be very confused. Okay, fantastic. Love you. Okay, and then this, wait, this is your mom? This is your mom? How'd she pass? Something medical, but it wasn't really medical, but then it was medical, and then we couldn't walk. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're like, maybe, Mom. I don't know. She looks like a grandma to me. She's just going rogue. She goes, yeah, I physically declined like that. I was like way older than I should have been. I was like, what do you mean, lady? Aw, I'm so happy I'm so happy you were so happy to see your reading on YouTube. Oh, gotta know what you mean. Hmm. Hmm.